Hello and welcome to Default Assault, where we take on everything by default. I'm your host, Demosthenes, and with me, as always, is Mr. Kyle Nash. How's it going, Kyle?
I'm sorry. I'm just getting in the mood for what's about to happen right now. You're going to hear a lot of that. I hope you brought your plunger mutes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Christ. You're going to make audio editing a lot of fun for me tonight. And of course, we have a special guest, returning special guest, as always, Mr. TJ. How's it going, TJ?
Feeling good to be in a place because I had a Nintendo 64. GoldenEye was that ish for me. Oh. Let's get it going.
I don't think it's that big of a secret. You probably see it every single week with my James Bond Dies videos. I am a big James Bond fan, despite the fact that I kill him off every week in crazy and funny ways. And I just couldn't resist talking about James Bond songs, spanning 55 years of music, spanning different genres, very eclectic pieces, some of them ranging from let's just be honest, terrible to Oscar winners. Tonight we'll be talking about which James Bond song is the best. Now, let me just set the record straight. Tonight we will just be talking about songs. We're not talking about instrumentals. You're not going to see the James Bond theme on here or the kick-ass opening theme from Under Majesty's Secret Service, because let's be honest, the James Bond theme would probably be number one. No real suspense here. And we're going to include some of the secondary songs. Those will be the James Bond songs you see during the closing credits of several of the films, just to kind of round things up. Now, TJ, you haven't seen that many of the Bond films. Is that correct?
That is correct, my friend. I was not introduced to them like that as a wee pup, so I didn't grow up with it. So as an adult, I really haven't gotten into it. And kind of the same thing for Star Wars. I'm sorry. That's just a whole nother rabbit hole. We'll leave that alone.
Two series are kind of known for their excellent music.
And I know nothing about them.
But this is perfect as far as I'm concerned, because from my understanding, Kyle kind of has a mid-grade level knowledge of the Bond films, and you're a little bit on the outskirts. So you'll really be judging the songs based completely unbiasedly on the songs themselves, which I think is a perfect component to add to our bracket challenge.
From Russia with love, I fly to you.
Diamonds are forever. Hold one up and then caress it.
From Russia with Love, I feel like has a song, doesn't know exactly what it's trying to do. And for me, Diamonds Are Forever, while I can tell you up front, it's not going to be number one, but it's going to be scrappy enough here in round one to get to a next level piece here.
When I listen to From Russia with Love, I feel like, they're trying to make it follow that whole format of a Bond song, but it wasn't the ish for me. Diamonds Are Forever. I mean, while it wasn't, it didn't make me cry, but I was feeling it. So I'm going with Diamonds Are Forever in this round.
I agree. I should point out real quick that From Russia with Love by Matt Monro is technically the first official Bond song. Diamonds Are Forever was sung by Shirley Bassey, who has the distinction of being the only person to actually sing more than one Bond song. She ended up singing 3 of them, 2 of them iconic hits, Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and the third one being Moonraker, a little weaker, but still a decent song. This is an interesting little round here. A lot of people don't realize that there is an official James Bond Christmas song from Under Majesty's Secret Service up against our returning champion, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover from Magic Kingdom. Now, some of you might be asking, what the hell is this doing on the list? It just moves me. It will always be there to haunt Kyle.
Do you know how Christmas trees are grown? They need sunshine and raindrops.
Welcome aboard, TTA travelers. Whether you're a humanoid, a robot, or an alien passenger, we hope you enjoy your trip along Tomorrowland Transit Authority's Super Skyway.
Do you know how Christmas trees are grown versus a Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover? Both mouthfuls, and I expect I'm about to hear quite a bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, Demos. Go ahead, I'll take this one first, if you don't mind, TJ. First of all, damn you for continuing to pay tribute to your cruel and unusual punishment that was your Disney bracket. That all being said,
People actually like riding the People Mover, FYI.
hashtag you problem. Anyway, thanks for the setup, by the way. That was too easy.
You're very welcome. Anything I can do to help.
I'll even add to it.
Demos technically means people, so I'm here to move you.
Nice.
On this show, we say higgitus figgitus, motherfucker. And if you said that and made an orchestra appear, it would have been a better song than this. And god awful, this song was bad. So for the first time in the history of the Default Assault Bracket Challenge, I am in fact picking the People Mover.
Oh, man.
I said it. What you gonna do?
People Mover goes ahead, man.
Moving on, we have a very underrated song sung by Louis Armstrong from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. We Have All the Time in the World versus a song that when people usually discuss James Bond music, this song, I almost guarantee, always flies under the radar. It is the end credit song from GoldenEye, sung by Eric Serra, famous for doing the score to The Fifth Element, The Experience of Love.
We have all the time in the world. The experience of loving will take all the pain away.
See, this one's a tough one, man, because I like the experience of love. I thought it was a smooth song. I mean, you know, you're touching on some major points there. But then Louis Armstrong, I mean, that his voice is so rich. Like I mean, I felt like he was singing to me, and he'd been gone for a while. So I got to go with Louis on this.
This isn't even close for me. And I don't care what it is. The Experience of Love was among the bottom 5 songs in this list for me. I did not enjoy it at all. And you're going to try to put that up against a dude who is epic as hell in his genre. Nah, move him on, Chief.
Moving on, Underneath the Mango Tree from the original, the very first Dr. No, up against the very first quote-unquote Bond song to ever be nominated for an Academy Award. And it was from the 1967 unofficial Bond spoof, Casino Royale.
Underneath the mango tree, me honey and me come watch for the moon.
The look of love is in your eyes.
Listen, man, Underneath the Mango Tree is a very kind of adorable, kind of folky, kind of song. It's cute. It does the thing. I could hear it in the background while I'm throwing back some mojitos. That's great. But you're going to put that against Burt Bacharach? Get out my face.
I hate that I'm agreeing with Kyle so much because I like the angst between he and I whenever we disagree. But right now we're on the same page.
DJ seeing the light and knowing that I am awesome and great in all things. That's okay. That's okay.
We have For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton, a Bond song that was nominated for an Academy Award as well, up against License to Kill by Gladys Knight.
You know, I think this is the perfect opportunity for me to realize this point. As you're going through, you guys are hearing all sorts of names that are famous that I had no idea did Bond song. What the hell? Tina Turner? Really? That was a thing? I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It got to the point from top to bottom as I saw more and more and more and more famous singers that I didn't even know do stuff. Here you got, what was it? Sheena Easton and Gladys Knight. Seriously. If it happened that Cisco came up doing a Bond song, I would have been fine. Let me see that Bond.
If Cisco did Underneath the Mango Tree,
that's a better song. Anyways. Bond. No, y'all gonna have that in your heads tonight, and it's my fault, and I'm sorry. But listen, at day's end, here's where I'm gonna go. And I knew there would be moments like this where there would be a tie broken. My one pet peeve about Bond songs, I'm all right with you throwing a love song in there, but at some point, can you make something that's a really sellable reference that this is about a damn agent? Your Eyes Only isn't the worst example, but it's not the best example. And you have License to Kill riddled with the entendre to get, hey, this might actually be about a spy that killed some people and did some shiz. Yeah. So because to me, and listen, I didn't know what I was getting into. License to Kill wasn't a movie I was very impressed with, and I don't know that many others were either. But this song, though, it hit me in a way that I don't think I was prepared for. Gladys Knight did her thing, and listen, she took aim right from my heart. You know, it was okay. So for Your Eyes Only, good song. Not going to top License to Kill for me. First potential upset, probably from my perspective. License to Kill.
To co-sign what Kyle said, it's not. I've heard a lot of the songs before. I didn't know that they were affiliated with Bond movies. It's like Patti LaBelle, bro. I'm sorry. We're gonna get to those places. Gladys Knight's gonna win this one. License to Kill is gonna move forward. For Your Eyes Only, I thought was smooth. I like it.
For Your Eyes Only, I think is a far superior song. License to Kill, and I'm not a big music theory guy. This entire contest is really based on our preferences, and really when it comes down to it, how can you argue with preference? Well, I'm about to do that. For Your Eyes Only is a far more original song. License to Kill really rips off on Goldfinger. If you listen to that song, next time if you didn't notice this, by me mentioning it, next time you listen to it, you will notice. I swear to God, she's not singing License to Kill. She's singing License to Kilt. Listen, you hear a T at the end. Tell me you're not hearing kilt. Anyway, I just think that For Your Eyes Only is a far more memorable song. Moving on, Nobody Does It Better from The Spy Who Loved Me, sung by Carly Simon, another Bond song that was nominated for an Oscar, versus Shirley Bassey once again in the lullaby-esque Moonraker.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Just like the moonraker goes in search of his dream of gold.
The fact that they were able to get away with a song that has the word Moonraker in it, well, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
This is a battle for whoever's going to get annihilated in the next round in their bracket. I'm fairly certain. I would have very much liked for Your Eyes Only to be here instead of Nobody Does It Better. But that's not what we're dealing with here. I can really go 50-50 on this particular one. I'm going to go I'm going to go with for Nobody Does It Better here because we'll get plenty of Bassey representation in other parts of the bracket here.
I'm saying Nobody Does It Better for a completely different reason. I'm not trying to limit Bassey in the next round. She can dance all over the next round if she wants to. Nobody Does It Better. When I heard that song, I immediately clicked share and sent it to my wife.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I mean, the words you're listening. Look, I'm judging it for the words, the content of the song, and that song, it spoke to me, man.
No,
so, yeah, Nobody Does It Better. Holla at your boy.
I feel that because when I first heard it, I pictured my wife saying that to me in a particular situation, but that's okay.
A Moonraker has. I'm not a big fan of the song. I'll say it's a sweet song. It has a nice little melody, but it's too soft to be the opening of a Bond film, especially one that features Space Marines. But Nobody Does It Better. If I die in a freak accident tomorrow, somebody make sure that's played during my funeral.
I'll sing it for you at your funeral, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I will take TJ over Carly Simon.
Earn.
Next, we have two rock songs. One of them, the very first Bond song to ever be nominated, official Bond song to ever be nominated for an Oscar, Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney and the Wings, against Lulu's The Man with the Golden Gun.
First of all, and I know you don't like the song Man with the Golden Gun. Newsflash, you're the problem.
Are you serious?
That being said, it's unfortunate that it comes up against a Live and Let Die because this deserves to go on to the next round more than some that already have. But listen, you're facing off against a song that is probably going to make it out of the second round in the first. And I'm sorry, you're done for. The Man with the Golden Gun had a lot of good wordplay. It was an actual friggin' spy song that was awesome. But I feel like it even accompanied its movie well. But there were let's put it this way, I was picking a bit of husk out of my teeth from some of the corny. And Live and Let Die is what it is. There you go.
TJ, teach this fool a lesson.
I mean, Live and Let Die, bro. This is one of those songs that I knew about and didn't know, I mean, just being, because I wasn't into the Bond movies. I didn't know that it was linked to a Bond movie. The song stands on its own. It doesn't have to be linked to this film. For that reason, I'm going to go with that one. I mean, the Man with the Golden Gun is cool, but, I mean, I'm not hearing this without it being linked to this film. Live and Let Die, we can go and ride to that all day. So that's going. Demos, put it up.
I mean, I like clever wordplay, but there's nothing clever in the wordplay with The Man with the Golden Gun. It is there are pornos that would be too ashamed to have this song in front of them. It is just, it's trashy, man. It's to the point that John Barry, who wrote the goddamn song, is embarrassed by it.
But hold up, though, and if you need to bleep it, go ahead. This man just said that a film would be embarrassed to have this before it. That it is people making sex jelly that would be embarrassed to have this film. And that right there, Live and Let Die. Come on now.
You're supporting a man that liked the Grinch movie remade. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Hey, he doesn't always have to be right to be goddamn right. So I'm gonna opt to live.
In the club and
I'm gonna opt to live and let the Man with the Golden Gun die. Moving on, we actually have a very fortuitous combination. A View to a Kill, the only Bond song to ever reach #1 on the U.S. Billboard. Duran Duran, also written by John Barry, who did Man with the Golden Gun. But he wasn't embarrassed by this one. I wonder why. Versus a song that within itself is kind of embarrassing. The singer herself infamously said that it was about time that James Bond got techno. We have Die Another Day by Madonna.
Die Another Day is going to lose just on general principle. Forget about the fact that it was washed into my head because of the amount it was overplayed during the time that it was. You have Madonna. This is a woman with voice for days. That voice, you have at your command, and your answer is to have her sing and clip the notes almost staccato-wise to put it into a techno. You want to talk to me about music theory, Demos? No. Glasses, back.
It's auto-tuned beyond belief, and badly, I might add. And any song that includes a name drop of Sigmund Freud is pretentious beyond belief, especially when half the lyrics are, "I'll die another day. I guess I'll die another day. I'll die another day. I guess I'll die."
What the fuck? What's it up against again? Is it up against the Christmas tree song?
It's up against A View to a Kill, and I think that's exactly how you feel about it.
So I'm about to say something, and if y'all need to drop a bomb on me right now, you can. When I heard the song with Duran Duran, I immediately said, whatever this is against, I'm going to vote against Duran Duran. I did not like the song by Duran Duran. I'm not a Duran Duran fan, and you guys should know I'm a pretty eclectic fella, but I wasn't feeling Duran Duran. So, unfortunately, I'm pulling for Madonna just because. Out of spite. I'm an asshole.
Save us all.
The song is played over a sequence where Bond is getting tortured, and I cannot think of a more fitting song for torture than Die Another Day. But A View to a Kill, I love it. It's a song that it's a song I would listen to outside of listening to Bond songs in general. I'm gonna have to go with A View to a Kill. You Only Live Twice by Nancy Sinatra up against the other unofficial Bond film, Never Say Never Again by Lainey Hall.
You only live twice, or so it seems. Never say never again. Never, never say never again. Never say never again.
I'm going with Nancy on this one. How about you, boy?
We took the opportunity to give the people the drama that they wanted, and now we're back in sync. Nancy moves forward.
Yeah, I don't. There's no contest. Never Say Never Again. It's not a terrible song.
No, it's not.
But You Only Live Twice, I actually think is one of the best Bond songs. I think there's no contest. We'll talk about it more as we move on. The battle between these two songs moves beyond this very bracket, and the very fact that one was chosen over the other as the main credit song of its respective movie. We're talking Tomorrow Never Dies by Sheryl Crow versus the end credit song, Surrender, Tomorrow Never Dies by Katie Lang.
Katie Lang broke that work. Sheryl Crow is talented, but Katie Lang gets this one from me.
I want to echo exactly what TJ just said. Katie Lang brought that work, but I thought the superior song was in fact Sheryl Crow here. It's I don't have a problem with either song. I don't expect either of them to win this tournament, but I'm gonna give slight edge to Sheryl Crow on this. Demos will have to do some work.
Not really. I like the opening riff of Crow's version. I think that's pretty cool, and I do appreciate the kind of in accordance with what Kyle was saying earlier, the inclusion of kind of like the spy mantras in there. And I think this song kind of works. I mean, they literally say martinis, girls, and guns in the song.
Mark got me kind of wet, dude.
Whether somebody might argue if it's too on the nose or not, that's irrespective of this argument. I honestly think that Surrender, Tomorrow Never Dies is a far superior song. It has a better melody. Its melody was actually used throughout the film itself, as its own score. And man, she belts it. She is Katie Lang, terrific singer, terrific song, terrific melody. Overall, Surrender, Won't Surrender, and Tomorrow Never Dies, You Die Tonight. This next one is one I'm very interested in because I discovered, quite surprisingly, that Kyle is a huge fan of this first song, Thunderball by Tom Jones.
I didn't even know it until I heard it.
And it's up against The World Is Not Enough by Garbage.
No!
So he strikes like thunderball.
The world is not enough, but it is such a perfect place to start my love.
No, Demos, no. God damn it.
All right, so I told my dude, as soon as I heard this song, I thought about him. I'm not blowing smoke. As soon as I heard Thunderball, I thought about Kyle Nash. Told him last night, Kyle Nash, on the show, bro, tomorrow I'm going to surprise you because one of these songs is your theme song. And I wasn't saying that just because I was like, again, trying to gas my dude up. I like the song. Like this song is completely laying it out, telling it like it is. And if they weren't talking about Bond, if you hadn't told me that this song was linked to this movie, I would have thought that Kyle Nash himself had hopped in the DeLorean, gone back in time, Tom Jones spit this song about him, and then Kyle came back and played it off cool like he doesn't know why the song came out. Thunderball is that ish. It's the lick all day. Thunderball.
Well, Demos needs some thunderballs struck into his mouth, preparing.
Oh no!
that this decision had to be made. This is a cruel bracket. Excuse me. This is a cruel, not bracket, but choice. Thunderball is legit. Okay, cue up Hammer. Too legit to quit. Hey. Okay. Oh my God, I don't believe I just did that. But
The World Is Not Enough I think is definitely more underrated as a song than Thunderball is.
Absolutely.
But damn it, Tom Jones, he belts it out so hard in this film that while he was recording, he actually passed out after finishing that final note.
I hope that's true.
No, that is true.
Yes.
That's kind of awesome.
So the song itself struck down Tom Jones like the titular Thunderball.
Wow.
What's up?
He ain't no punk. You gotta work.
Two of the more recent Bond songs. In fact, the second one on the list, its opening terribly riffs on the former You Know My Name by the late Chris Cornell up against Another Way to Die by Jack White and Alicia Keys.
The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name.
A phone on the table, a man on your side, or someone that you think that you can trust. It's just another way to die.
So let me be clear. Another Way to Die is something that I feel like was a good experiment, and it would have been great for them to build on for other future Bond installments. Then unfortunately they realized that Adele existed on the planet, who basically has a voice designed to take you back to that old school to pay tribute to Goldfinger and Shirley Bassey. That is why it was never built upon, and it's kind of sad. As for the Chris Cornell song, I don't feel like it was bad. I like where it's going. I felt it was a touch too, how you say, touchy-feely to pay tribute to a movie that's devoted by a guy who has more game than any casino, and I'm not talking about playing baccarat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Another Way to Die.
I hope that describes how this round is going to go down. Go on, TJ.
Unfortunately, and this is going to be an extremely bad plan, I really didn't know his name. I could not get into that jam. Cool song. Something that I can, appropriately listen to in the car with my kids, but it wasn't hitting for me. Jack White and Alicia Keys, whenever I saw those two names together, I didn't know what to expect. Talking about Jack White, I mean, he's got a different sound. And then putting that with Alicia Keys, I mean, I love Alicia Keys. I think she does phenomenal music. So, yeah, I'm going to take that one.
Sorry, I'm here in stunned disbelief. Really? Another Way to Die is not only a terrible song, it is the worst Bond song. Are you guys kidding me? Their voices together, Oil and Water gets along more than their voices sound together. They're not singing a duet. They're singing on top of each other. This song is so bipolar, it doesn't know what it wants. It really is sporadic in its execution. The song makes the man with the golden gun look like Thunderball. You know my name. It may not be the best Bond song, but my God, does it have a kick to it. I love its jazzy undertone. Now that's a kick-ass way to start a movie off.
I never pick anything to get a reaction out of you, but whenever I do, I'm excited.
Oh, great.
An experience.
This is blasphemy. All-Time High. Obviously, they couldn't use the title of the film because no radio station at the time would have played a song called Octopussy up against the first Bond song ever to win Best Song, Skyfall by Adele.
When it came time for a voice that existed for the sole purpose on this planet to pay tribute to the earlier days of Bond songs in the 60s, her name was Adele. Oh, man. Oh, man.
At an all-time high, man, like, that's just one of those songs. I can't be in a bad mood and listen to that song. I really, it's just, to me, whenever I hear it, it screams old school.
I have nothing against Rita Coolidge, and I actually do like the song All-Time High. However, when I hear that song, I do not think of James Bond. Not in the least bit. It's a good song, but it is devoid of anything Bondian. I would argue it's a nice little pop ballad. Skyfall, on the other hand, if you were, I like what Kyle said. If you were to harken back to what one really considers the James Bond feel, or what one might expect from a Bond song, Skyfall is the best out of the last 20 years, perhaps with the only exception being The World Is Not Enough. They're very similar songs. I'm gonna have to go with Skyfall. From License to Kill, If You Ask Me To by Patti LaBelle. It's up against the second Bond song to ever win Best Song at the Academy Awards. The most recent Bond song, Writings on the Wall by Sam Smith from the film Spectre.
I just might change my mind and let you in my life forever.
'Cause the writings on the wall.
If You Ask Me To by Patti LaBelle, I knew that song before I knew it was Bond. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. Sam Smith, man, not knowing what the movie is about. And remember, folks, I'm judging these just based on the music. Not knowing what the movie was about, when I listened to the words of Writing on the Wall, man, Sam Smith is a freaking G. Writing on the Wall is going to get my vote for this one, man. He did a great job with that song.
I'm going to co-sign with that. If You Ask Me To is legit jam, but again, it does not seem like a song that would fit with a guy that has more game than anything you would see in a casino. Just forget it. I don't think either of these really identify with James Bond, so I'm going purely on the delivery. And If You Ask Me To, it's solid enough, but at this point, I don't know that it holds up. Whereas I feel like in another 30 years, Writing on the Wall will still have that same feel to it.
I personally would have voted for If You Ask Me To. I think it's a superior song. It is, if I were to choose personally which one I'd like to listen to outside of the series, it'd easily be that one. The Writing on the Wall doesn't really do much for me. This next pair up are both from debut Bond films. Timothy Dalton's first film, The Living Daylights by a-ha, versus Goldeneye, Pierce Brosnan's first film, sung by Tina Turner and co-written by Bono.
Goldeneye, I found his weakness. Goldeneye, he'll do what I please.
For my money, when I saw a-ha listed as the artist, that's when I first made the joke in my head about Cisco could pop up and I wouldn't be surprised. Bond, okay? This is a coin flip for me. So I'm going to say a-ha because at least I was inspired to make a funny joke about Cisco. But that's not to say that the Tina Turner song wasn't as good. I feel like they were both at the same level, but among this casting of songs, they're both they could probably be tied for 15th as the midpoint of the pack.
It's because I said Bono, isn't it?
Actually, if I held that to it, I'd have ranked it a lot lower. Bono cheeses me off, but that's just
Kyle just lied to y'all. Kyle doesn't feel this way about this song, man. He doesn't give a damn about a-ha. But he got to keep it. He got to keep it fun. Tina Turner, she's a legend, and that's not why I'm voting for her. If you listen to the song we're talking about the voice, the richness, what she brings, the words and content that she's singing. Because we're talking about so many songs, I can't lay it down so eloquently like I normally would and give you specifics. But if you just sit back and just listen to her voice and just the raspiness of it, and just what she's saying, it all works.
no, that's a strong take. Seriously, I'm joking.
My apologies. I didn't mean to call you a liar per se. I just said that you were lying at this particular moment.
So at this particular moment, you were a liar. Because that's how this works. Okay, so if you're to ask me, The Living Daylights is the kind of song that you would probably, you're more likely to find on my own type of playlist. I have a preference for 80s rock in general. However, Goldeneye, I think, is a superior song. It has a very unique beat, and it fits the style with kind of the reinvention of Bond in the 90s. And that film took some chances when it came to its score, some more successful than others. The Experience of Love, I think, it's a fantastic example of how that can go wrong. But the only thing that really works against Goldeneye And this isn't the fault of the song, which is why I'm not including it in my judgment of it here. But I think it bears saying is it has absolutely nothing to do with the movie. She's singing about GoldenEye as if it's an actual person, where in the film it's a satellite. So I'm actually going to vote GoldenEye. And now our last pick of round one. Both are about a man. The first one is the man with the Midas touch himself, Goldfinger. Many would consider it the quintessential Bond song by Shirley Bassey. And the other one is If There Was a Man by the Pretenders from the film The Living Daylights.
Goldfinger, he's the man with the Midas touch.
If there was a man I could dream of, I'd dream about a dream come true.
I'm voting Bassey ahead on this one. Can I sit and listen to it with my windows down in my F-150, trying to sing it, knowing the people are going to be beside me, and what reaction I'm going to get? Bassey wins it on this one, man. I'm feeling it.
There's a reason why it's called the quintessential Bond song. It's got that classic secret agent feel. It not only talks about, throwing a little bit of that entendre in there, it also mentions the goddamn villain. And what I've noticed is I seem drawn more in this bracket to those songs that involve the villain, except for GoldenEye, but that's because she misidentifies it.
Goldfinger, come on. Which brings us to round two. So first up, we have Diamonds Are Forever, Shirley Bassey once again, up against The People Mover.
Diamonds are forever.
Tomorrowland Transit Authority's Super Skyway.
You're kidding me right now, right? We went from Bond singer to the motherfucking People Mover. Move Bassey on, bruh.
The People Mover making it to the second round was really awesome. And I'm excited. Can't wait to look at it whenever I come down in December. But nah, Bassey's going.
I do have something to say about this. Diamonds Are Forever is going to win. Are you kidding me? People Mover is moving on out. Diamonds Are Forever moves on. Next, we have two love songs again. We have All the Time in the World by Louis Armstrong from On Her Majesty's Secret Service up against The Look of Love, Dusty Springfield, Casino Royale.
We have all the time in the world.
The look of love.
This is tough.
This is a tough one. Louis has a unique sound. So I'm going to go with Louis on this one because I get more from hearing him sing than... And again, nothing against Dusty. Just showing love to Louis.
I'm going to have the shortest answer of the night on this. Cosign.
Up next, we have License to Kill up against Nobody Does It Better.
Got a license to kill. Nobody does it better.
License to Kill brought that work.
Trying to tell you.
Said it in the first round. I don't need to rehash points. Nobody Does It Better. Special place. Mm-hmm. Heard the song and immediately clicked share. And Timos comes to me first.
Which song, if it's a hard decision, which song is more likely to get you laid? I'm just being fair about this.
Bro, if that's the case, we don't have to have any music. Big Daddy gets it done. But Nobody does it better. It's gonna get me laid quicker, man. Holla at your boy.
I am going to vote in conflict with TJ because I don't have to worry about that song getting me laid because she's already told me nobody does it better. So where's she going to go?
The song is, you think that
Therefore,
you think the song is about you, so that works.
don't you? Actually, no, but moreover, once I hear that declaration, I know I have a license to kill. Ergo, there goes my pick.
Yeah, I'm going with Nobody Does It Better. Easy.
It just doesn't fit with like a Bond film to me. I'm sorry.
Nobody does it better than James Bond. Are you kidding me? So up next, we have two more songs about death. Live and Let Die with a View to a Kill.
There's no right answer here. So I'm going to do what I can do to leave it up to you to move on because you're the true Bond fan in the room. I got Duran Duran because TJ ain't going to pick him.
So easy. To pick against Duran Duran when it's going against Live and Let Die.
Oh, no, it's a fine song once it figures out what it's trying to be.
And up next, we have You Only Live Twice against Surrender, Tomorrow Never Dies.
You only live twice. Tomorrow never dies.
I'm going with Nancy. I'm going to keep Nancy going.
You know, it's going to be difficult for me to pick a song that I didn't even think was the best one in its movie.
Yeah, the opening riff alone has been sampled many, many times over the years. It's a great song. So next we have, and I'm really happy to see Thunderball on this list because it's finally going to decimate Another Way to Die.
Thunderball.
Initiate decimation. TJ.
Thunderball.
Thunderball!
See the person sandwiched between me and Demos. Thunderball. Holla at Kyle. Don't holla at your boy. Holla at Kyle.
Your boy, too.
I would holla at Kyle if it wasn't for the fact that I had all those thunderballs in my mouth.
I know. No.
Asshole. Next up, we have Skyfall versus Writings on the Wall, the latest two James Bond films.
You gonna put Adele versus Sam Smith, bro? Adele won an Oscar. Did Sam win an Oscar?
Yeah, they both. These are both Oscar-winning Bond songs. The only two.
I didn't even use the rings argument.
If I'm thinking, the writing is on the wall. You're listening to the words. You're talking about this. We need to take and enjoy now because the writing is on the wall. What does that mean? Some shit's about to go down. I'm going with Sam, and this is tough.
No, let me get this straight. There's some scribblings on some tile in a bathroom, and you think that's some shit's gonna go down, but the fucking sky is falling and you're safe? Get out my face with that trash. Bro, Skyfall. All day. There is no, James Bond is not singing about the writing on the wall and, oh, I love you so much. No. That dude played.
No disrespect to Sam Smith, but I think I said it very well before. It's not really my kind of song. In any way, it's not that it's a bad song. it was very successful. It was the first Bond song to reach the top Billboard in the UK, number one. But Skyfall, let the sky fall. But up next, we have a fortuitous pairing. GoldenEye versus Goldfinger.
GoldenEye, I found his weakness. Goldfinger.
I love gold. Give me Tina Turner.
You're gonna shake a stick at the song that started it all. The GoldenEye song didn't. Listen, it's remember when she's like golden eye and she lays it down. That's beautiful. The thing is, the rest of the song, I can't remember shit about it. If you ask me to sing it, I'm just going to say golden eye several times because that drop's amazing. He loves gold and all the stuff she talks about in there toils with my soul.
I think the singing alone by Shirley Bassey in that,
Bassy's the beast.
yeah, trumps GoldenEye. I do like GoldenEye, but I'm not going to be one of those people that automatically is going to vote for Goldfinger on anything. It's not my favorite Bond film. It's up there, but it's not my favorite Bond film. It's not the best at everything. I think that's very much a stock answer. People who really haven't watched much of the series. But that song, I think that song is one of the reasons this film is as remembered as it is. Gentlemen, we are in the Elite Eight. Diamonds Are Forever versus We Have All the Time in the World.
Diamonds are forever.
We have all the time in the world.
Diamonds Are Forever.
It's by fractions of a point in my mind. I'm going to go Diamonds for Forever as well.
But coming up next, this might be tougher for some than others. Nobody Does It Better versus Live and Let Die.
Nobody does it better. Live and let die.
I'm going to go Live and Let Die here. As much as Nobody Does It Better, you've not heard me once say in this episode, even though I voted against it twice, I think, say that it was a bad song. What one could argue is Live and Let Die, which is forced into being a rock ballad. It's a fantastic sound. I have listened. That's classic stuff there. When you heard it, you knew you dug it. You were humming a portion of the faster refrain. You know you did. You know you did. You know you did. Okay.
Nobody does it better than Bond, but Live and Let Die is just. It's just a track that Nobody Does It Better I had not heard of before you asked me to listen to these tracks. Whereas Live and Let Die I knew about because that one is just a little bit more well known for me. So I'm gonna show love to Paul, man. Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die is the song that has escaped beyond its association of the Bond films into the mainstream. I do like Nobody Does It Better. Very different types of songs.
Yeah.
But Live and Let Die. Two other songs from the similar era. One of them is becoming a dark horse, apparently. You Only Live Twice versus Thunderball.
You only live twice.
You Only Live Twice. I'm sorry, dude. It didn't do it for me like it did for you. Thunderball is somebody heard Goldfinger, started there and created the male quintessential version. The point is this: Thunderball's the pick.
It does feel like it's trying to be Goldfinger and it's not succeeding.
No, it's homage, okay? And there is no way you can change my mind.
One right after the other.
is not enough.
One right after the other is not homage.
You can't convince me the world is not enough.
Which is a better song. Anyway, TJ.
No,
All right, so you're asking me to vote Nancy or Kyle. Nancy or Kyle? No, this one isn't tough at all. I know why she's famous, but Thunderball moves on, man.
Whether you're going with Kyle's idea that it's an homage, the male homage to Goldfinger or not, You Only Live Twice, it's its own thing. But I guess I'm outvoted. This one right here, this last part of round 3, this is going to be a battle, my friends. Because we have Skyfall versus Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
what we're trying to decide here is if Adele's Skyfall is a tribute to Goldfinger or if it's its evolution. I'm going to say it's its evolution, but let me tell you why. Goldfinger overall is a simpler music experience. With Skyfall, there's a lot more that's going on musically, that I hear anyway. And I looked the other. When I was kind of building my thought in my head, a line that kind of went through my head as I knew I'd be talking about it some tonight is that, you know, this one could have gone on for 5 minutes. It's got such a good feel to me. And I looked down and saw it's 4:45. Then I felt outraged that I'm like, what the hell is my extra 30 seconds, bitch? You couldn't do it for me?
And yet Experience of Love is nearly 6 minutes long.
A arduous 6 minutes long. Yes, thank you, Demos. Whereas Goldfinger does not end as strongly. So because these songs are what they are in this bracket, that tiebreak is going to be the more complete experience that is Skyfall.
That's funny you should say that, because I think that if there's especially one point of extreme similarity between the two, it's the fact that they end very similarly, with the repeat of the title over and over and over.
Yeah. And that's a great point by you, but I feel like more that Skyfall builds in some way to that, and that feels much more like a climax than does Goldfinger. It has a little bit of an element of like, oh shit, we got to end the song now. Goldfinger, Goldfinger, Goldfinger. You know, obviously the hyperbole, but you know.
But you know, I think you are right to agree that at least as far as the ending, Skyfall might be superior, because Goldfinger I think relies more on the Bond theme during the ending. Although Correct. Skyfall does work in the Bond theme within its own song as well, so they both have that similar.
And that's what makes it tribute and evolution, sir. Absolutely.
That's a great question as far as I'm concerned. I would actually argue evolution.
Bruh, you can't beat the OG. So Bassey goes ahead. Demos, who you got?
Son of a bitch.
Give it to him. Does it burn, Demos? Does it burn?
It sizzles.
This might be the hardest one of the night.
No, it's not.
For me, it will be. I've seen the contenders. So here's the thing. I have to break this down a little bit. Which one has the stronger opening? Goldfinger. I don't think that's in contention. It's from its very beginning, from the first blast of sound. There's a confidence behind this song, and both blasts, because they both start off with a little bit of a blast. It is followed by a bit of a melody before the song kicks in. I think Goldfinger's melody overall, that kind of I think confidence is the right word, because the song feels so damn confident. I hear the tambourines. I hear like it has a strong pace throughout.
Catching a theme here.
And Bassey's singing is unique. And it's unique in its delivery, and it's unique in she's not singing the song. She's setting the tone for this song very effectively.
No, and that open definitely an accurate statement.
With Goldfinger, her performance in that song is as vital to its success. It's a little bit more idiosyncratic.
Okay, that's fair. I see that.
I'm going with Goldfinger. By an edge, I'm giving it to Goldfinger.
That's not an upset.
The fact that Goldfinger wasn't nominated for an Academy Award further reinforces my feeling about those awards.
There you go. Now that is a good point, Daniel.
All of these top four are films that follow each other. Diamonds Are Forever, which was followed by Live and Let Die.
Diamonds are forever.
Live and let die.
Yeah. All right. Yep. There's a song there. Yep. Stalling.
The Yuppie song? Come on.
No, man. Diamonds Are Forever. I'm going into my memory banks because I'm trying to pick something that hasn't been said. And when I hear the song, honestly, the first thing I think about is the sample of a more recent hip hop song. Whereas when I hear Live and Let Die, I think about it as it's on its head. Live and Let Die is that track. So I'm on with that one. Paul, congratulations. In my book, you make it to the final.
He's very lucky he didn't face Thunderball. He would have lost. That being,
Thunderball.
I think he's going to squeak by Diamonds Are Forever for me here too.
Let me put up an argument. All right. I like obviously, I love both songs. But I want to take a step back and look at the complete picture. Because Diamonds Are Forever from beginning to end feels like a more cohesive song to me, where all the parts are working together to provide a fantastic harmony. Live and Let Die lives or dies by its instrumental, in my opinion. That's the best part of the song. That's the part that really made it famous. And despite Paul McCartney and his own amazing singing talent, I don't think the actual lyrical portion of that song is nearly as memorable as that instrumental.
If I can put a bow on it, man, I mean, Diamonds Are Forever. You said it in the last round. It shimmered. It's pretty, but for me, Live and Let Die, I mean, it was like a movie, man. I mean, it's like, you got your changes in pace, so much stuff is going on, and it's just like a film. You're going to have your slow moments, but then you're going to have, in an action movie, you're going to have your action, and that's what I got from that.
I'm actually quite pleased in a way that these songs, all the songs that made the top four, are from the 60s and 70s. And right now, we're looking at at least two of the big beacons of the 60s, Thunderball versus Goldfinger.
Goldfinger.
Come on, Kyle. Thunderball versus Goldfinger.
Listen, first of all, I ain't even mad at you. This is what a conference final is supposed to be. Man, Thunderball's legit. But I think it itself right now is a victim of who it's hitting in the final for at this point. And there could be a permutation where it did sneak into the final and possibly pull out that win. But I'm in that place where I can't put it past Bassey and Goldfinger. I can't do it.
Bassey goes on showing love to the OG.
Oh, damn it, guys. I was really... I'm happy with the consensus. It makes it easier, I guess. But I was going to vote for Thunderball.
Bull. Stop.
Thunderbull. That's exactly what I... Before we get to our top two, Let's see third place. And we've got Thunderball versus Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds are forever.
You know, this is closer for me. Diamonds Are Forever is in itself a good song, and Thunderball is epic AF. I mean, Tom Jones, man, the voice, son, the voice. No, not some easy bullshit TV show that wanted to be like American American Idol or whatever. No, the voice was what this man was known as. Okay, like gosh, guys, dealing with these two entities, executing as there is fantastic in it itself. And Diamonds Are Forever has a bit of a memorable thing. It was memorable in kind of the way that you had a memorable a theme going in Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Ba, 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 boo, ba. You know, in that day, if you heard that song, you would be thinking of that melody nonetheless. That being said, Thunderball is more essential to what a spy movie's theme should be. And I think we're close enough here to where I need to evoke that tie break, and I have Thunderball.
It's not unusual to be loved by everyone. Thunderball.
Diamonds Are Forever is I still think is the superior song. Listen, I've hated. It sounds like I've really hated on Thunderball. I actually don't. I think it's middle of the road. Honestly, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a terrible song. I don't think it's a bad song. It just doesn't really do it for me. Diamonds Are Forever, I think, is a far more unique song. I've already pointed that out throughout, but I give props for the fact that it made it all the way through. That it would just seem kind of a shame if it didn't get number 3 at this point.
Goldfinger.
I believe that Live and Let Die is the single most overrated song in this tournament today. You think I'm going to let it get past the OG? By the way, a lot of people in that movie died of OG, which is Over Gold. For those of you that get that movie reference, you're welcome. At any rate, I have got Bassey and Goldfinger.
So basically, we're saying Bassey and Adele were on the East Coast. Live and Let Die was West Coast. So whoever came from the East Coast was going to win. Based on what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying is Bassey all day. The OG, that Bond feel, what we're talking about, what Adele took to another level, giving her props. Bassey set the stage and let us know what a Bond song was supposed to be, and she deserves the prize, man. Look, Live and Let Die is that track. I will definitely jam out to it, but yeah, Bassey deserves the love.
It almost feels anticlimactic that Goldfinger would be the one that wins, but god damn it, there's a reason why it is a quintessential Bond film. There's a reason why top set list, and it goes beyond the fact that it's just a good song. It's unique. It's idiosyncratic. It touches a lot of different elements that just really nail it. What did you guys think? Are you shocked that Goldfinger made it to the top? Which Bond song would you have liked to have seen win? Were you as surprised as us that Thunderball made it as far as it did? Or were you shocked, and I tell you shocked, that Kyle voted for the People Mover? Let us know in the comments below. I'm never going to stop reminding him that he did that.
With it, dude, against that trash, bro.
Make sure to follow me on hilaritybydefault.com every week for fun stuff, on Facebook and on Instagram, Hilarity by Default, and on Twitter at Default Hilarity. TJ, thank you so much for joining us yet again. Where can we find you?
As always, Demos, thanks for having me. Kyle, my brother from another mother, got a sister that don't look like mine. Thank you for having me as well. Every Tuesday, dinner time, Thursday, we're talking more shiz. Follow me on Twitter at TokyoJ, KEOJ. Call me Mr. Hand Me Down Trousers. We have good times, man. Thanks for having me. God bless.
Hand-me-down trousers. Perfect segue. Take it away, Kyle. Where can we find you?
Down trousers, where you find me striking with them Thunderballs. Word. Anyways, of course, you can find me on Twitter at the SOTG and on Instagram at the SOTG and also on Facebook as the Student of the Game. My first article dropped a while back with the Miami Dolphins wire at USA Today. So look out for that. Of course, I'm also with Blue HQ Media. Will now be a place where you could also catch the Sports Fans Guide to Nerd Culture if you haven't yet caught it on HilarityByDefault.com. All the way around there. That's a good time that's going on there.
Well, make sure to check out Default Assault every Thursday, where life is hilarious by default.